Hi guys, Casper MMA here, and today we're back with another Oktagon prediction video on the channel. Today giving my predictions for Oktagon 75, Palokaj versus Batfalsky. It feels like there hasn't been an Oktagon card in ages. I think it was like the start of August, so like a month ago, the last one. So I'm looking forward to giving my predictions for this week's card today. But before I do that, make sure if you guys are new around here and you're enjoying this content, you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's really appreciated. So there is 10 fights on this week's card, and we kick things off with the first fight of Hugo Vach versus Abdullah Sultani. Now, Vach or Vach, I don't know how you say it. He's a German man, 5-1 record, 25 years old. He's pretty good. I mean, he has 3 wins by KO, 2 wins by decision, only 1 loss come by decision back in 2023. But he's on a 2-fight win streak at the minute. Both wins coming by decision. His opponent, Sultani, is a 4-2 German man, 1 year younger, 24 years old, on a 3-fight win streak, to be fair. Got a few KO wins in round number 1 in them 3 wins, but both wins have come against 0-0 opponents. He has lost twice by submission, but his opponent, Vach, hasn't never submitted anyone, so it's probably not going to be a threat there. So I think that Vach will still win this fight. I just feel like, he's got a better record. He's got some better wins, So I'm going to back Vach to get the win by decision. Now, next up on the card, we have Aryan Sadikovic versus David Yarowienko. Now, 2 very hard names to pronounce there. We have Sadikovic, the Bosnian man, 1-0 record. His first win came by a round 1 KO over another guy making his debut. He has had some kickboxing fights in like One Championship and Glory, where he's won a few, lost a few in that on Topology. Can't really say much about that. I don't watch kickboxing. But David Yarowienko, on the other hand, is a Polish man, 2-0. I mean, his nickname is the Polish Tank, so that's kind of cool. Both his wins have came by KO in his first 2 fights, both in round number 2 as well. I mean, both these guys, what can I say? All their wins have came by KO, so I'm predicting a KO in this fight. Who is it going to go to? Could go either way, really. Both these guys inexperienced, really, in MMA. So I'm going to back the Polish man in Yarowienko to get this job done by KO. And now we move up the card to Nikolaus Serbezis versus Emir-Can Bayat. Now, Serbezis is a 8-4 German man. He's currently 1-1 in Oktagon. Won his first fight by submission, and then then got KO'd in his last fight by Delgado in round number 1. So overall, I mean, he's an alright fighter. He's got most of his wins come by decision, 3 submission wins as well. So that's his 2 paths to victory, really, in this fight. Overall, he's got some alright wins, to be fair, in his career, but he did get KO'd in his last fight. Bayat, on the other hand, is an Afghanistan man, 6-2-1 record. He's coming off a win in got a win by injury, KO as we call it, in We Love MMA promotion. Actually has a win over Palokaj, who is actually fighting on this card, which is pretty decent, but that was quite young in Palokaj's career. And then Palokaj did come back and KO him in round number 1, so they got his revenge there. But has only lost twice, and 1 lost by decision, 1 lost by KO. And overall, he also has quite a few wins by submission to Bayat. So I could see one of these guys getting a submission here, or a decision win. That's both their paths to victory in this fight. But I'm going to back Bayat to get this job done, and I reckon he gets the submission. So now we move up the cards where Matthias Strzelczyk versus Emilio Quissua. Now, this Polish man, Strzelczyk, is an insane name. I'm definitely mispronouncing it, but I don't even know how you put them like syllables together there. But he's a Polish man, 15-14-1 record, so almost an equal number of wins and losses in his career. He's 34 years old. Actually not on a bad run at the minute, to be fair. I mean, he did lose, he broke his leg against Javier, and then had an illegal knee in against Popek, but did come back with a win by submission against Duxmal in his last fight this year. Got the win there, and before that he was on a 3-fight winning streak as well. So in total, I mean, he's not doing too badly at the minute. He has had runs in his career where he's just had like a lot of losses in a row. I mean, he's been finished many times in his career. He's had 8 losses by KO, 5 losses by submission. But his opponent, Quissua, is a German man, 6-0 in total. Looks pretty good, undefeated. He's got a couple wins by KO, couple wins by decision as well. It's his first fight in Oktagon. I mean, on paper, he probably should win this fight, but it's definitely the biggest test of his career so far, because Strzelczyk definitely has a path to win in this fight, but I'm going to back the undefeated man in Quissua to win. I mean, I feel like he's going to pass this test in against the Polish man, and I reckon Quissua gets the KO. Now we move up the card to Emir-Can versus Lukáš Eliáš. Now, Emir-Can is a German man, 2-1 record. He's won both his fights by round 1 KO in Oktagon, and then lost once by decision. But around that, I mean, he looks pretty good when he wins. He obviously hasn't won against anyone with like a good record. Both his wins have come against people making their professional debuts, 0-0. But overall, I mean, he's still quite young in the game. Only 3 professional fights, so not much to go off there really. Eliáš, on the other hand, is a Slovakian man, 4-1 record. Did lose his last fight in Oktagon. He lost by KO in round number 1 to Lazar, but before that did win 4 fights in a row, all by finish as well. He had 3 fights winning by submission, 1 by KO himself. So I do think he is a pretty good fighter. Both these guys could definitely get a finish here, but I'm going to back the Slovakian man in Eliáš to get this job done, and I reckon he gets the submission. Now we move up the card to Mohammed Machaev versus Wanderley Jr. Now, Machaev is an Austrian man, 15-2 record, 25 years old, so quite impressive to be fair. A lot of wins, a lot of fights, and only 25. In Oktagon, he's not done too badly. I mean, he's 2 wins and 1 loss. Did lose a decision win. I'm pretty sure I picked him in that fight to win, but he lost. And then, but around that, he has 1 win by KO, and then he won his last fight last year by decision. So he's doing all right in the minute. Has a couple of losses on his record. One obviously coming in Oktagon. Then he got KOs back in 2021 to Mohammed. But around that, he looks pretty good. Many finishes himself. He's got 7 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission. So Machaev is a pretty good fighter, to be fair. Wanderley Jr. on the other hand is an 18-10 record, Brazilian man, 31 years old. He's had a lot of fights as well, to be fair. In Oktagon, he did win his last fight by round 1 KO, which is pretty impressive, to be fair. 19 seconds in. But before that, he was on a 3-fight losing streak, got finished 3 times as well. Before that, did some decent opponents, to be fair, but still got finished nonetheless. Overall, he never really got like a big winning streak going in his time. I mean, he's fought some pretty decent opponents and stuff, been loads of different promotions, but never really got a big winning streak going. That's probably why he's 18-10 record. But I think that Machaev is going to win this fight. I feel like he should win this fight, and I'm going to back Machaev to get the KO. Now we move up the card to Mohammed Walid versus David Dvořák. Now Mohammed Walid is a Kurdistan man, 8-4 record, 30 years old. Currently he's had one fight in Oktagon, beat Aaron Abbey by decision. I can't remember who. I think I remember picking like Abbey, I think, in that fight, and I was proven wrong. But he got the job done. He has fought like Max Holzer and Beno Ademir before, who were both in Oktagon and both champs, maybe. Were both really good in Oktagon. Did lose both of them fights, to be fair, but overall he's not got a bad record, to be fair. 5 wins have come by submission, has a few KOs as well. His opponent, David Dvořák, 21-6, Czech Republic man, 33 years old. Obviously was not in the UFC that long ago. 2023 he got lost to Steve Erceg by decision, then left the UFC, and now he's had 1 fight since then, won in this year, got a decision win. Now he's found himself in Oktagon, and overall, I mean, apart from his only like losses recently did come in the UFC. Around them losses, I mean, he's got a lot of wins. He went 3-3 in the UFC. It's not even the worst run, really. Overall, Dvořák got a pretty lot of wins. I mean, he's got 8 wins by KO in his career, 8 wins by submission, 5 by decision. So he's a pretty well-rounded fighter. Coming into Oktagon, I do think he'll look good in this fight. So I'm going to back Dvořák to get the win by decision. Now we move up the card to Lazar Todev versus Luis Henrique Barbosa. Now, another former UFC man fighting here tonight. 16-9, Brazilian man, 32 years of age. So not even that old, really, to be fair to him. He's been on not a bad run, to be fair, at the minute. He's on like a 4 or 5 fight winning streak. A couple of finishes as well, to be fair. His last 2 wins have came by submissions wins. So pretty impressive there. I mean, obviously he was back in the UFC quite a long time ago, back in 2018. He went on like a 3-fight losing streak, got cut or left or something. Then since then he's been loads of different promotions. Fought for the belt in KSW. Went to split decision with Phil DeFries, which, to be fair, better than most people do. Most people just get finished by DeFries. But around that, I mean, he's lost a few times, but has won quite a few as well. I mean, he's only 32, still got time left in his career. Lazar Todev, on the other hand, is a Bulgarian man, 11-7 record. Is coming off a loss to Will Fleury, but before that, he did win by KO in Oktagon. I remember I picked him to win that. I was not sure at all who was going to win, but I was happy to get the pick right. But yeah, he got 2 KOs in a row before his last loss. I mean, he has got a lot of wins by KO in his career, does Todev. He has 8 wins in total. And overall, I mean, he's an alright fighter. Most of his losses coming early on in his career, to be fair. That's why he's got like 7 losses in total. But I just don't think Todev is going to be at the same level as Barbosa is in this fight. So I'm going to back Barbosa to win by decision. And now we move up to the co-main event. Edgar Delgado versus Khalid Taha. Now, this fight was rescheduled because it was meant to be like Holzer versus Taha, the main event. But Holzer had to withdraw. So we've got Delgado stepping in on short notice to fight Taha. 15-7 record. Costa Rican man. He's 36 years old. Lost his first fight in Oktagon to Samsonidze or something. I don't know how to pronounce that. But he lost by an injury leg kick in round number 3. But before that, he was on a really good run. Was like a champ in a Lux Fight League. Defended his belt like 4 times, or 3 or 4 times as well. With like 4 wins in a row by finish. So he's a good fighter. Has fought some decent opponents as well in his career, but did lose in his first fight in the Oktagon. His opponent, Khalid Taha, 15-5 record, Lebanese man, 32 years old, was in the UFC back in 2021, 2022. Won like one or 2 fights, but then lost like 3 in a row. When he had a no contest, then lost 3 in a row, then left the UFC. But since then, he's had 2 wins, 1 in the Oktagon, 1 outside, and won them both by KO. So he's doing alright at the minute. Overall, he's not the worst fighter in the world, Taha. He's actually quite good. So honestly, this fight, both these guys are pretty decent fighters, to be fair. But I'm going to back Taha to win, coming on two wins in a row, both by KO. Delgado lost in his last fight as well. He's coming in short notice. I'm going to back Taha to win by KO. And now moving up to the main event, Gjoni Palokaj versus Jakub Batfalský. Now, Palokaj is an Albanian man, 11-3 record. Currently on a great run at the minute. He's on like a 6 fight winning streak at the minute. His last 5 fights have come by wins by decision. That's all of his fights in Oktagon. Oh, I think 4 fights are meant, not 5. He's fought 4 times the Oktagon, won them all by decision over some decent opponents as well, to be fair. Before that, he had 2 wins by KO, and then he had 2 losses, but that was like, he's only lost 3 times in his career. So overall, Palokaj is a pretty decent fighter, to be fair. Not got many finishes recently, but he's getting the job done. Batfalsky, on the other hand, is 8-1, Czech Republic man, only 22 years old as well, so very young. On a good streak at the minute. Only lost once in his career, was a decision loss in Oktagon back in 2024 in February. But then since then he's on a 5-fight winning streak. Only 2 fights going the distance, and he looks pretty good. He's won 3 in a row in Oktagon, 2 KOs and then 1 decision. Got a decision in the last fight this year, but I just feel like this fight, I don't know, I can see it's going either way, but I'm backing Palokaj to win this one. I just feel like Palokaj is a high level opponent here. Batfalsky is still quite young. I just feel like Palokaj is going to win this fight by decision. So there we have it. There are my predictions for Oktagon 75. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.